Guys, it's Wendy. Today I want to talk to you about barriers, your own barriers, whether it's you maybe not even knowing how to start your business or get it up and running, and so you just do kind of busy work, but you never really have that party. Or maybe you've been a consultant for a while and things have gone easy for you, and now you're kind of in a rut because everyone you really know has helped you have a party, and now you're kind of your contacts you feel are no longer available. Or maybe you built a team and you kind of in helping your team you've kind of forgotten how to run your own business, and you kind of realize, wow, there's not enough happening that you thought would happen, so you kind of need to give yourself a kick. Or maybe you have a lot of stuff in your life happening, and maybe it's keeping you distracted from running your business. And so what I want to talk to you about today is helping you pinpoint, that one barrier, the one thing that's stopping you, the one thing you want to overcome, and to kind of give you some ideas as to how to do it. The number one best way, in my opinion, to get over your barriers is to just tell somebody. Sometimes just talking about it kind of gets it off your chest, so you don't feel. Some people just feel shamed by it, like, oh gosh, I have this kit that I just bought and I spent $99 on it, and and I haven't done anything with it, and it's sitting here, and my husband's gonna say I told you so, and blah 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 blah. But you really want to do something with it, but for some reason whatever it is, you just can't seem to open up that box, pick up the phone, and invite people over to your house for a grand opening. Whether your house is big and beautiful, whether your house is a shoebox, whatever, you can have a party. And your first party is not meant to wine and dine and show off and show everyone everything wonderful in your house. It's to say, hey, you love me, come help support me, let me show you what I'm doing so I can get the jitters out, and then maybe if you like what I'm doing, you'll have a party for me so that I can invite all of your friends that I don't know and have them buy products so that you can get some free products for helping me start my business. I mean, when you lay it out like that, it's a whole heck of a lot easier than just like, oh gosh, I have this huge kit, this box here, and where do I start? That's where you start. You just open it up and call up some people and even beg them to come to your house, or let them use their house. Or if you live in an apartment, use the clubhouse. There's lots of things that you can do to have a business and quit using excuses as to why you can't, what's going on in your life, and everything. The whole reason that you join direct sales is, if you love the products and you want them for cheaper, half price, or free, then, or if you just love them and you want to make money so you can keep supporting your habit, that's great. But the main reason to join a direct sales or party plan company or multi-level marketing business is so that you have freedom to live your life and work your business around your life and work your business while you're living your life, as opposed to having those barriers. So sometimes you have to do kind of those little difficult things and kind of get over yourself a bit to break down some of these barriers. All right, so call up your sponsor, call up your director, call up your superstar director, whomever, and talk to them and say, hey, look, this is my problem, and I need to get over it, and I need you to tell me that I have to do this, and then hold me accountable so that I do it. Because some people need that too. You might be the kind of person who needs to be held accountable, and you're not going to hold yourself accountable. It's hard sometimes to hold ourselves accountable. So have somebody else do it. It's way easier to have someone guilt you and check in on you and know that, hey, Wendy's going to call you in 1 week to see, how many people have RSVP'd to your party. Crap, I better get on the move and get those people in attendance. I better move and do something. Sometimes it's easier to be held accountable by somebody. Let's say you're a consultant who's gone through, everybody and you are struggling to find new business. Well, I want you to go back to your starter kit. Look back at your startup guide and new consultant startup guide, and I want you to go to the page that talks about the list of 100. I'm not saying that you need to call 100 people right now. I'm saying you need to fill out that list so that when you feel like this, or when you're going through that slump, you can say, you know what? I never have talked to Gloria at the QFC grocery store about Scentsy, and I'm going to go, when I go grocery shopping, I'm going to go ask her because she's on my list so I can check her off my list. Those are the kinds of things where, there's people that that you can absolutely talk to, proposition, figure out a way to talk to them about the business, whether having a party, having a basket party, just giving them a free sample just to tell them what you do, to see if they've ever heard about it, and you need that list of 100 to go back to. So I dare you to go back to your starter guide, go and fill out that list. And you have friends on Facebook. I mean, half of you listening to this are going to say, well, I don't know that many people. I don't know 100 people. Yes, you do. I even look at people who say they have no friends or they don't live near anybody. They have Facebook friends. And you know what? Even if they're not like real friends or like Facebook friends, I have lots of Facebook friends that if I wanted to, I could go through, send them a personal message and, say, hey, look, you live in this area. I don't live in that area. I wondered if I could send you some testers and smell them and maybe show your friends. You're always talking about those soccer games you go to for your son. Would you take a basket and go there and show your friends and see if you can get some orders? And if you can, then I can get you a bunch of free and half price items and get you presents for Christmas to give people, or to fill your house with our products if you like. Would you be willing to do this? I mean, that's just one little idea, but you get what I mean, right? Like, you can just personally send them a message. Don't just paste on Facebook on your wall, hey, anyone want to have a Scentsy party? I mean, it can work sometimes in the beginning when you first start, but after a while, that's not going to work. You have to get more creative, more personal. Ask them about themselves first before you start in. Say, hey, hope you're doing well, and I saw you ran that 5K. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. And then say, hey, the reason I'm writing to you is, and then lay it in there. Ask them to have a party. You can't just say, hey, I sell Scentsy. If anyone wants anything, let me know. You have to ask them a direct question so that you get a direct response. Would you do this for me? All right. So that's what you do. Now, let's say that you are someone who's built a team and, I don't know, you kind of felt like, oh, I've got 10 people in my team, but my numbers are even lower than they were without this team, or only with a couple people on the team. And 9 times out of 10, that's in direct correlation to you not recruiting as much. I know it sounds weird, but the reason that your team is stalling is because you're so focused on working and getting those people to produce and to help them that maybe you kind of fell off the wagon a bit with your own business, and maybe your PRV has suffered, or your group wholesale volume is lower, and your recruiting is lower because you're counting on your team to help, make you some money. And granted, that's, direct sales is about, building a team and being able to make those overrides and commissions as the majority of your income. But you have to constantly, no matter what, always sell and always recruit. Even if that's only $500 a month in sales, or 500 PRV in sales, and 1 new recruit a month, that should be your absolute minimum goal if you're trying to build a business. So you look at how many parties you have going. If you don't have enough parties, it's easy to forget how you did things when you first started. So what I want you to do is I want you to stop, and I want you to go back and see what you did when you first started, whether it was 6 months ago, a year ago, a few years ago, whatever. Go back to when you were first excited, opened your box, started smelling the scents, and go back and look at your Facebook posts. What did you write back then? Was your level of excitement different? Look and see who your first hostesses were. When was the last time they had a party? I'm sure they need some refills if you haven't checked base with them. And go through your list of 100. Did you ever fill it out? I bet you didn't. Go in and fill it out and start again as if you were a brand new consultant. Yes, you have a team. to work with, but really only work with the willing. Make sure that they know that you're available for them and touch base once a month at least with everybody if you're not a director or above. But, go back and start over again. And you can reinvent your business. You can do things again. You can have grand reopenings. You can have themed parties. Whatever you want to do, come up with a fresh idea that sounds fun. Go look at other ideas. Go look on YouTube and go do a search for other consultants with Scentsy. Maybe even consultants that are with other companies that do fun reopenings or fun ways to re-energize their business, and get some ideas that inspire you so that you can go back and start working on your business again. But again, the key is recruiting and having parties. And then that will help get your team motivated, because you'll have fresh blood coming into the team. And when they see that and hear all these people doing all these things, they're going to be like, oh, that's a good idea. Or, ooh, she's excited. Or, I didn't know about that. I see that happen all the time, just even in our Facebook group, our team page. When people, are new to the group, it helps get other people inspired. And you start seeing leaders emerge and more people engaged that maybe weren't engaged before. So keep having that fresh blood pump in, and work with your team too, and ask them, hey, who wants to recruit and build a team? I'd work with you one-on-one and, help give you some training that'll help you with your recruiting and what to say and how to say it. And, we can role play with some different scenarios to see what maybe you can tweak. Those are all really helpful ideas. And, lastly, the family life. We go through stuff. My family is not, free of drama or issues or stuff we have to deal with outside of our business. And yours is too. We all are busy people. We all have weird schedules. We all have family obligations. We all have, things that we have to do and take care of. The difference is whether or not you're going to incorporate your business into your life. So, for example, when I'm driving and I'm driving one of our kids somewhere, I do not talk to anyone on the phone. So if a team member or a customer calls me during that time, that is my kids' dedicated time, just me and them. That's when we talk. But after I drop them off, or if I'm waiting for something, I'm going to talk on the phone or call back a team member, or after I drop them off and I'm on my way home, then I'll make my calls back. That's a perfect time. I'm by myself. No one's in the car with me. That's how you can incorporate your business into your life. When you go places, you wear your Scentsy apparel. I know this is, Grace Adele and, scarves and everything, but I got them so that I could talk about them. I have some jewelry from them. I have Scentsy shirts. I have lots of Scentsy shirts. I have sweatshirts from Scentsy. Anywhere you go, whatever you do, wear your Scentsy bling. There was one time I was headed to boot camp a few years ago, and I was wearing a red. At that time, I was a star director, and I was wearing the red sweatshirt with the star director on the back, and the gal sitting behind me tapped me on the shoulder in the airplane and says, "Oh my gosh, do you sell Scentsy?" And I was like, "Yeah." She says, "Oh my goodness, I can't find my consultant anymore. I don't think she does it, and I'm dying for some more of those candle things." And so I always kept business cards and samples and stuff on hand, and I gave them to her, and told her, to definitely contact me and I'll hook her up. And then the guy sitting next to me, he had just stopped by a Scentsy corporate office to try to sell his shipping company's services to them. He didn't get the appointment because he never made an appointment, but it was kind of an interesting scenario. The guy next to me and the woman behind me both started conversations with me about Scentsy. So the point is there's business out there. There's people to talk to. If you're not generally a outgoing, chatty Cathy and everything like that, you can figure out ways to, by wearing your clothes or having your car branded, people will come to you. Or if you're a little bit more ballsy and you're trying to find business, every time you go to a restaurant or you're at the gas station, give people gifts, give people samples, especially this time of year, give freebies. All right. Anyway, I hope this helps.